Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatsoever time it is, where you are at this point in time. You are welcome once more on the BETONG's Crypto. In today's show, we are going to look at the crypto market forecast, look at Bitcoin analysis, and look at some altcoins that we are going to be buying this week and now and for this week. And more to that, I want you guys to actually look at some top altcoins that you can hold long term in your portfolio. If you are new on this platform, you know what to do. That subscribe button, thumbs up, and share this content with someone else out there. This is a new show. Crypto, the best crypto to buy now show that I'm gonna be doing every day, Monday to Fridays, mostly the same time. And if you have time, you can join me live here every day. Let's get this rolling. But I'm looking now at Bitcoin liquidation for the past hour, and it shows that Bitcoin we have had 1.53 million liquidation for Bitcoin and some other altcoins that I'm looking at currently now. But before we dive into what has transpired for the past hour, I want us to look at the weekly recap. What we have experienced for last week. Let's see what has happened. Most of the top coins out there are down for the week. 20 virtual protocol is down 22%. Like most of the coins, except some of the new coins that we can see here, like I think this is like a meme core. Yeah, meme core is more of a meme coin, and also Pump is doing well. I haven't yet take a deep dive into Pump. I think I should take a deep dive into Pump. But you guys, you can see, the coins that are doing well from the top 100, top 300, top 200. Yeah, the market is not good. It's not good. We have had major retracement. Bitcoin going right down to about $112,000. And I mentioned this a long time ago that we might see Bitcoin hit 100 and 100 and I think that was 100 and 13 14 and 11. Yeah, that was the prediction that I gave back then. If you look at, yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah, you can see I said Bitcoin can go even right down to $111,000. And if we look at the current price action for Bitcoin, this is a 15 minutes time frame for Bitcoin. But let's just look at what happened last week. Let's just look at the weekly candle for last week and see what transpired there. See, the whole of last week was more of a downtrend. You see, yeah, and this week we are seeing some more bullish signal. Yeah. So what might happen? Like, I have to, like, looking at Bitcoin now. I have to look at other metrics to give me some perspective as to what might happen. Because right now I'm looking at Bitcoin on this chart. Bitcoin is still below the 5-day moving average on the weekly time frame, which is not good. I want to see this flip and stay above this zone. Let's say this week should close above, because if this week is not able to close above $116,000, then there's high chances that we are gonna revisit and maybe go even lower to about 110,000 or 100 and, yeah, 9,000, give or take. And if say I bring in, let me just bring in this quickly before we go to the next. I think um if I bring in the liquidity zones here, we can easily see those areas to be the areas where they can easily drive price to. So let me just bring in that here. Let's see if we got this on the daily time frame. Okay, so looking at this on daily time frame, you can see where the areas where we have liquidity. You can see here right down to about $90,000. But let's not go for right far that much. Let's focus on market structure. So give or take, we're looking at around. Let me zoom this so you can see it properly. Give or take, we are looking at around $108,000, right down to 105,000 and, yeah, $6,000. But for now, this is the main areas where we have liquidity. So if we're gonna lose this zone, then we are going straight down there. But I love what I've been seeing for the past 2 days, since yesterday. This is a good recovery. I think it can take us right up to about $116,000, and that's where we will not expect a flip. Because if say we are not gonna see that flip from $116, then there's high chances we are going to mark even more lower. I can say you wound monkey. Hey, amigo, how you doing? So this is like it's tricky, guys. It's tricky. That's why I always love to look at the higher time frame, before I drop down to lower time frame to give me, because looking at the higher time frame, I already know the trend of the market, and where the market is heading towards. Then I can now drop down to the lower time frame to start looking at possible trades. So this is a little bit tricky for Bitcoin, but of course doesn't mean that if Bitcoin is not gonna spike and create in the next high, altcoins are gonna do well. Altcoins might do well depending on what Ethereum is gonna do. Ethereum is pretty. It's like Ethereum looks somehow good, but let's look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame. Let's see where we are. You see, we are still above the 5-day moving average, which means Ethereum looks bullish, and we can see we are this trend bias. This arrow is red is green. Whenever you see this arrow here, it signifies bullish, more volume. That's why you see that this arrow here pointing, I call it session bias, is green. Now if we go back to the daily time frame, you see that there was a this like it was inevitable that Ethereum was gonna drop down. Okay, I mean, look at this move here. And I still expect Ethereum to drop even further down to the downside. But there's a cash here. We haven't yet attempted this high. So whatever is gonna happen here with Ethereum, I think price is gonna continue upwards. And if price have to come right down to somewhere, it's gonna be around the 50-day moving average. So at one point in time, I think we should see the Ethereum price do something like this, go and attempt to make higher highs, failed, come here, failed, then hit the 50-day moving average, then move back quickly to the upside. So that's what I am looking at for Ethereum. Okay, now let me just bring in the FIP tool so we can confirm whether what I'm saying it makes sense or not. Let's see. Yeah, what I'm saying makes sense because you can see we have this 0.382 zone, which usually is the zone where price is gonna bounce from, and move to the next high. If price is so bullish, that's where price is going to bounce from. Now you can see it's also half of this move here, this like this vector here. So if price is gonna go there, it's gonna make sense that price is gonna recover half of this vector candle. And if say we're not able to do it here, then I think we're gonna go straight down to around $3,000 or 19 dollars. So Ethereum, okay, looks bullish, for now based on the weekly setup. We have to look at the weekly setup to help us understand what is gonna happen for Ethereum this week. Now, if we are to like mark all of these key areas, yeah, because I want us to just mark these key areas and let it be. So this should be the golden pocket, and it's aligned with this other zone I mark here. If I zoom out here, you're gonna see this zone is the alpha trend area of interest. So give or take, even though I want to say Ethereum bullish from here, there's still high chances that we're gonna come here to revisit this zone here where the breakout took place. So this is a key area for Ethereum. Now, another metrics I want us to look at right now is the USDT dominance. You know, and the reason why I want us to look at USDT dominance is because this is where the liquidity comes from. Okay, and looking at this right now, currently, we are flipped and stay above the alpha trend. For us to be bearish again on USDT dominance, I need to see dominance trade below the alpha trend and below the 5-day and the 13-day moving average. This is what I want to see. If not, then I'm going to be looking at um more short opportunity for Bitcoin and altcoins. For now, we are below the 50-day moving average for this with this, which is okay. We want to see this candle continue and close below the alpha trend. Because if it's not able to close below, let's say today, we're not able to see this close below this key area here, then there's high chances we are gonna mark we're gonna keep going to the upside to target this other liquidity here, which is not good for altcoins and Bitcoin. Okay, except there's new money coming on board just to buy some of these altcoins. But if this is the case, then we are in a danger zone. This pullback here should mean that you are given an opportunity to cash out some profit from your altcoin. So this metric is very important. Now let's look at the S&P 500. Let's see okay, last week this the S&P 500 took a huge hit to for the past yeah, I mean, yeah, last week I was on Friday, took a huge hit, and now we are seeing like this comeback and so on. So let's just assume that the market to an extent is moving alongside the S&P 500, and let's look at the Dixie. Let's see what the US dollar is doing. Okay, the Dixie is somehow looking good. Let's look at the daily time frame for the Dixie. Okay, it's somehow looking good. We experienced this huge dip here. I think that was on Friday. So today, at least the market is recovering. At least the market should recover half of this vector candle before we should expect the next move to the upside. So yeah, I mean, I want to see the dollar get back to certain key areas, even though most people are going to be saying, okay, if the dollar is dropping in value, Bitcoin is going to be more cheaper and so on. But guys, I want to see the value of the dollar increase for many reasons, but not that high, because I want money to flow to other stuff from that point of view. Now, um, let's look at the total cap. You see, okay, the total cap currently is at 3.6 trillion. Let me see, yeah, 3.69 trillion. And again, what Bitcoin is doing, or like Bitcoin bounced from the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. The total cap also bounced from this moving average on. So the total cap, Bitcoin actually is leading the total cap. Let me put it that way. Bitcoin is leading the total cap, which means that if the total cap is going to break, let's just go to the weekly time frame. If it's going to break key structure, which it did break key structure, you can see it here. We have made higher highs on the total cap. We went right up to almost 4 trillion. So yeah, we are getting there. We have already created a higher high. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I didn't see this before. you know, well, this is good. We formed a higher high on the total cap. Now let's look at total two. These are all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see, we didn't make um, the- like go to the next all-time high. We're still sitting here. So let's look at total tree, the same, almost the same thing. Price reject here. Let's hope that price is not able to stay below the 5-day and the 13-day EMA. What I mean by price, I'm talking about the total trade dominance. Okay, so looking at now others, excluding the top 10, I would say that guys, we are at a buy zone. Now, okay, like usually I want to like to allow price breathe, right? But now when you look at this on the weekly time frame, right? This should signify something. Should tell you that this move to the upside and price staying above the alpha trend and bouncing from this 13-day EMA, it means that this weekly candle is gonna mark us at least back towards this area around 300 billion or 308 billion cap. for the total excluding the top 10. And these are coins like, let's say from the top 10, we say Shiba Inu, Baby Dogecoin, not Ethereum, not XRP either, Wave or the XPX, all of these other altcoins, that are not part of the top 10, or let's say the top 20, 20 altcoins in the space. So this is the chart of that coin. Now, looking at dominance, Bitcoin dominance. Again, if we look at this on the weekly time frame, I think I had a chart here that marked everything. So let me see if I can find that chart. Maybe this is a chart that mark dominance. No, I want to see the chart that mark dominance. I think this should be the one. Let's see. There's a chart that mark. Okay, this was USD dominance, not Bitcoin. Let's see. But I want to go to Bitcoin dominance. I had a chart that really marked out a lot about it. You know, let's just take here. Yeah. So you can see, guys, on yeah. If you look at this, it's not good and it's good. you know it's not good. Why? Like when you look at the past, you see price has always bounced from the 50-day moving average, this blue line here. On, like, looking at Bitcoin dominance, price has always bounced from there and go create another high. So you see it happened here, it happened here, and now we should be looking at this area to mean that it's going to happen again, right? But yeah, we are still half of this candle here, which is good. So what we want to see this week is um dominance closing below this, like, where it is. We don't want to see dominance like go above and stay above the alpha trend. And we don't want to see that. We want to see it, reject here, then go down and attempt this low. So if we break this 50-day moving average on the weekly time frame, then we are good to go, guys. We are good to go with some of our altcoins there. So this is actually, like, the market this week looks bullish. If I have to look at demand and supply, and based on how I trade, buy when prices are low and sell when prices are high. You buy at support and sell at resistance. You don't buy at resistance to sell at support. Okay. You short at resistance and you take profit at support. You buy at you long at support and you take profit at resistance. So that's how it is. This would have been a buy towards around the 50-day moving average on the weekly time frame, knowing that when you buy, when prices are around the support areas, you're buying. You can see this is a support zone here. This would have been a good buy for you, regardless. Looking at multiple analysis of the market. Okay, now let's see. Let me see if I have some questions. I can see you, Fanny, hello you. Oh, I can see you. I'm gonna make this real quick. Okay. Let's go to some altcoin setup for this week. I'm gonna begin with some of the altcoins that I have here in my portfolio. Let's see. Let's look at Solana first. Let's see. This is a weekly setup of Solana. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna say Solana is a buy. Why? Because price is below the alpha trend. I want to see a setup which is above. Of course, let me just see if price is above the 50-day moving average. Let's see. Okay, yeah, price is above the 50-day moving average, which is still bullish. But if we have to buy Solana this week, then we'll be looking at the alpha trend to be the area of take profit, this zone here, around $177 for Solana, this zone here. If you're buying Solana, then take out some profit there. Let's see some other altcoins that we might take a look at today or this week. SRP, no, SRP to me is not a buy for this week. Of course, I mean, you can trade this looking at current price action, but I think this move is not gonna go anywhere. This move, current move, is not gonna take us to anywhere. Okay, I think it's gonna take us just there, and from there we're gonna see price go even more downwards. I think price is still holding this area because price hasn't yet kissed the 50-day moving average on the weekly time frame. Okay, now looking at Fala. Okay, this is a buy, like, based on, like, okay, if you want to buy something, let's say in AI play, you want to allocate something small, then you can buy this one right now. But don't put so much into it. You can never know when it's going to recover. But if, say, we are in the all season, and this is just some sort of minor retracement, then you are going to enjoy the pump that awaits you for this coin. Let's also look at this one, Tau. I would say Tau is a buy. Why? We rejected from the alpha trend, so this is a buy. Good buy for this week. Let's see, AR. AR. This one is a little bit tricky too. Price is still below the 50 moving average, and also price is below the 5-day moving average. So I'm not gonna say this is a buy, but for those of you who want to, like, a long term play, it's a buy. Let's look at Dogecoin. I would say Dogecoin is a buy because you see this candle didn't really close, like, I would say this wasn't really closing below the alpha trend. So this should be a buy for Dogecoin. You know, Dogecoin, not this one, Theta. Maybe Dogecoin, let's see, not the Dogecoin. Tele USDT, yeah, this one is a buy. Tele USDT, let's see. Uni, yeah, Uni is a buy. Let's see, Uni. Let's see Uni again. Yeah, Uni. I doubt. Let's just wait to see what will happen, like how this week is not play out with Uni. Then we can conclude whether it's a buy or not. Virtual, to me, I think this one is a buy. Aave, is a buy also. Like, this is like buy. I want to, like, buy Aave after the show. Let's see, Ada. Yeah, Ada is a buy too. Bitcoin looks. Let's see. Sui also is a buy, but I'm a little bit skeptical with Sui, but I think, like, Sui is a buy. Sui is a buy. Let's see. Odi also is a buy if, say, price is able to hold this key area. Yeah. So this could be a beginning of an uptrend for Odi. Yeah. So this could be a buy. Let's see, Bera. This also could be a buy. Render. Yeah, guys. So these coins you can select, any one of them for this week. You're gonna enjoy it. Bob Andy, how you been? Glad to catch your live. Thanks so much, Andy. I'm okay. Wood Monkey does. That's the problem. I can't sell. I need more. Yeah. Let's look at some meme coins. Let's see, mock coin baby. Yeah, more coin. I think if you want to start buy something, you can start buying more coin too. It looks good. More coin looks good. I love. You see, like, I sold my more coin long time ago because I was waiting for this at least dip. You see how price has been moving. You need to respect the trend. But let me show you guys something here that maybe you can learn and apply it to anything else. You see, um, this was where the move started, right? We saw this move here, retracement move here. So at least this should be a good zone to buy more coin. Maybe price might do something like this, then come a little bit down here, or move sideways a little bit, then spike from there and create more higher highs. You see, price have moved in a really good way. So we should expect a bounce and then create the next high up there. So for us to actually anticipate, or like, let me say, determine what, like how far or how high this might go, I think it's best we bring in the FIP extension. Let's see, from there, um yeah. So yeah. This move here at least should take us up there, and then if we have to see this break above, then we are gonna target this higher. So let me see what happened here in the past. Let's see, based on this, let's see what we are gonna have here. Yeah. So you can see around the one the zero the one let me just say 0.0000 zone. So if we have to like mark this again a similar way, we want to see that um this is the area. You see, this is a massive gain. So this should be the target for more coin. Target, this is it. Come back here, TP, take profit. Let's see if I have it. Yeah, take profit. Yeah, you know. And from where we are currently, let's see how many percent we might get from that move. Almost 1x. Yeah, 1x, more than 1x move from there. So guys, this is pretty like easy to see that more coin is in the buy zone. You can start DCA more coin currently. If you want, let's look at Bread coin. Brett's coin. I say Brett coin. Brett's coin. You see, move here, boom. Price didn't go to make lower low on the weekly time frame. Now we should expect the next high up there. So yeah. I think to an extent, that's it for this video, today's show. I'm gonna catch you guys live again same time. If you haven't yet subscribed, do subscribe. If you say you don't yet understand how to trade, how to go about all of this, I can teach you one on one. I have a whole session where I'm gonna teach you all what you need to know about trading, investing, so that whenever you buy anything, you're gonna be making massive gains. But you can join my free Telegram community. My free Telegram community. The link is found below this video. Having said that, guys, enjoy the rest of the week and see you guys tomorrow, same time. Bye bye. Ciao.